ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to ABS Africa Broadcasting Service, coming to you as usual from the great state of Texas, precisely Houston, Texas. Always a privilege to come into your homes, and I am glad I'm doing so today. Welcome to all of you joining from the continental USA, including Canada. Of course, those of you in South America, I'd like to welcome all of you. You in Europe, how can I forget about you? The Asians, that is the far and the near, whoever divided them. Welcome to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Fortunately, I see some technical glitches going on. Facebook suddenly shut down, restarted just by itself. I don't know what is going on, but thank you for joining. And those of you already on the platform, I mean the Facebook platform, please go ahead and you hit that share button. Go ahead, you hit the share button and let them know that the anchor man is live. Ladies and gentlemen. Hit your share button. Let us quickly populate the platform today. I have a very special guest I bring to you with very special revelations about, of course, the struggle, Ambazonia's struggle for independence actualization. Some people say we already obtained independence. Yes, but they did. If we did, we wouldn't still be fighting to get one today. This is the principle. My principle is that we were defrauded in our independence process and we are fighting to get it back. So, thank you for tuning in. Please, again, if you have just joined or you are just joining, go ahead, quickly hit your share button so that I can come to you with this broadcast proper. I am truly excited coming to you today because so much is going on out there. Let me see those of you who are joining the platform so that you can take a few minutes to continue to hit your share button. Continue to hit your share button while I sample your minds here. Those of you who are already joined, those of you already joined in. Wow, the numbers are jumping. I love that. Please continue hitting the share button. If you are just joining, continue to hit that share button. God bless you all. Thank you, Christian Kumbo. Christian Kumbo is always the first person to be here every time the anchor man comes live. Thank you, sir. I acknowledge that. And let me see you guys. I'm singly Christian Kumbo. Nico Madiba, great job, Secretary Chris. Thank you. Harrison who? Harrison HKF Jr., the man of sanity. Well, you know that you are entitled to your opinion, right? Some people say the devil is around. That's what some people put it, right? But thank you for the compliment. But please go ahead, hit your share button. Go ahead, hit your share button. Bernardo Argo, I see you. What does he say? You are the best. Thank you, sir. Let me see what is in your mind out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see what is in your mind. Let me be able to read what is in your mind out there. For those of you joining, Tita who? Inusa. Okay, watching. Tafo, greetings, Secretary Chris. Thank you. Modin Kili, I see you. Vivienne Bido, anchor man, you look handsome. You know that television is made only for handsome people, right, Vivian? You know that. All right. Thank you for that. Gabby Samba, good evening, Secretary Chris. Thank you. Jimmy Carter, UK have labeled Biafra a terrorist group. Next is you people. Okay, well, let's wait until your fulfillment. I don't think you are a good prophet anyways. And in there, my honorable, welcome, the Lionheart of the Revolution. I hear you. Thank you, ma'am. God bless. Titi Vladimir. These are Russians in Amazonia. Good to have you, anchor man. Good evening, Ground Zero. Wonderful. Pa Aso, your voice gives Amazonia hope. Thank you, sir. Statesman Judge, Secretary Chris, See you in Boya soon. Oh, I can't wait for that, sir. God bless. Annie Inoko, Kevin watching. Neighbor Mumbe, Celestine, great job, Anchorman, our great secretary. The Lord guide you. God bless you, sir. Asong Fonken, greetings, Secretary Chris. Boris Ensa, oh, Boris who? Boris Naja, see you. Kenny Ball, I see you. Awungalem Bertrand, the lion himself. Thank you, sir. Martin Joe, God bless you, Secretary Chris. Please love your comments. Go ahead, continue hitting the share button. I like the way the numbers are jumping. Please hit your share button the moment you join. Hit your share button. This is promising to be very, very exciting today. Go ahead, hit that share button. Prince Rene, awesome anchorman, Sako Ikome has finally dug his grave by taking the Restoration Council to court. Thank you for your selfless. I missed the other one. Thank you, sir. God bless. Boris Nash, it's been long seeing you with Nkem, with Nkem attire. I don't know what you mean by Nkem attire. Anyways, thank you. All right. Pa Aso, your popularity give John Dinga sleepless nights. Well, I think it is not popularity, comrade, but I appreciate that. But it is the ability to speak from one side of your mouth. You don't speak from both sides of your mouth, because you say one thing today, you say the other one tomorrow. That one takes away integrity and consistency from anyone. Thank you, though. Bone, greetings to you, the Iron Man. Okay, thank you, sir. Checkum, struggling with my eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my glass is broken. Let me see. Okay, Checkum Phantoma, I see you live from Linz, Austria. Wonderful. Emmanuel Dango, I see you. Julio Caesar, I see you. Abe Bigo, great job, he says. Engang Emmanuel, Papa Chris, my greetings from Bahrain. Thank you, sir. Malam Musa, this is Alaji, the most celebrated activist out there from Angola. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. TB Elvis, good evening, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Ojonga Kabum, Michelle, Secretary Chris. Voice is a poison to La Republic. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you for all those comments. I saw only one comment from the black leg there. That means that everybody on this platform is a pro-Amazonian activist, supporter, advocate. All right, again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today. I am really excited coming to you this weekend, this Friday, heading into the weekend. It's a blessing to always be alive, and we give all the praises to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the one who says he is still coming. Okay? I've got quite a number of things to bring to you today, and I've got to delve into it quickly while you continue, ladies and gentlemen, to hit your share button. While you continue to hit your share button. Now, I like to start with this story, ladies and gentlemen. I like to start with this story here, and this has to do, ladies and gentlemen, with a rumor that is going on out there about the United Nations Security Council planning to listen to Ambazonia's case on May 13. Did they say May 13 or May 14? One of those dates. Now, there is that information circulating out there. And unfortunately, we see it coming from some of the people's sources that's supposed to be bringing you dependable, trustworthy news. Not only that, I like to read a statement that I found here actually directed to me, Marietta, and the interim government, and I mean this interim government. It is very now. I am bringing you this information so that as an audience, you always have to make sure that information coming to you is authentic. When people are in the habit of rushing to claim things they have not done, when people are in the habit for propaganda, mere empty propaganda, they will come to you with breaking news where there is none, and I mean absolutely none. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, of this clip here. Look at that. You remember this clip here, right? You remember this clip here from Brazil.
Hallelujah.
I'm not going to play it. I just need you to look at those photographs. Now you all remember that clip.
The Spirit of God is here.
Samuel Sako in Brazil, telling this crowd of close to 1,000
Eu amo esse
people
lugar.
how he dish out churches upon churches
on the mountain,
to his
it's like we should build a
daughters,
tent
to his
and
sons
live here.
and daughters.
Como Pedro na montanha, eu acho que a gente deveria construir uma tenda e ficar por aqui.
And we also
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
ladies and gentlemen,
Men of God, thank you for this privilege.
Homens de Deus, obrigado por esse privilégio.
Other fabrications he has churned out there, trying at all costs to get you believing he has been working really, really hard. No, that has not been the case. Most of what he puts out there is propaganda. And I must say to all of you for the first time, I regret some of the things I came out and said, ladies and gentlemen, that this man
Obrigado por essa visão.
accomplished.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You look back and you realize some of those things.
Father, I thank you for this house.
Pai, eu te agradeço por essa casa.
Thank you for this vision.
Obrigado por essa visão.
Thank you for your purpose in this place.
Obrigado pelo teu propósito neste lugar.
I will talk about diplomacy. For example, this guy sat on his butt for 4 good years and will not knock a door of a single embassy in Washington, D.C. You will not believe the amounts of meetings that we heard. And we told him where to go, who to visit, whom to meet, and not for once did he visit or broker any talks or send even an emissary to any of these embassies. Now you will recall when the TPS was passed, when the USA passed the temporary protective status for Amazonians or the Cameroons asylees in the USA. This
nation.
E para essa nação,
Let your will be done in this place.
que a tua vontade seja feita nesse lugar.
Everyone that walks to this temple,
Que todos os que vierem a este templo,
everyone that climbs to this mountain,
He told the world he spent $40,000 to secure TPS. That's what he came out and told the world. Now I am saying this not because it is interesting, because it's not because it is illuminating or encouraging. I am saying this because these guys, he just continue to live from one lie, from one lie to the other. He continues to move from one fabrication to the other. And if he did it in this church, ladies and gentlemen, you can believe me, he will say anything, and I mean anything, to just keep on going, pretending that he is the leader of Amazonia. When the USA passed the TPS, he came out and told people he spent $40,000 to secure it. Unfortunate for the kind of leader we thought was a pastor, a God-fearing man. Now, but this is the reason why I'm saying this today. Yesterday, as you see the title on your screen, United Nations Security Council holding holding a meeting. In fact, the news is that the United Nations Security Council, America has taken the case of Amazonia to the United Nations Security Council. Ladies and gentlemen, immediately these rumors started making the rounds on the social media. They went on ABC. Their video is still there on their Facebook side, ladies and gentlemen. The video is there on their Facebook side. But they went on ABC and told the world and told those who care to listen to them, if actually anybody is listening to them other than robots. But they told the robots that the United Nations has taken the case of Amazonia through America. But not only that. Now listen to what somebody wrote here. They were claiming it. How Sako did it. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Listen to this. I thought Chris Ano said that President Sako's government is tired, not working, and that power should be handed back to Ayokta-based people. He also said diplomacy is zero. Today, he writes, Ambazonia's case versus La République du Cameroon has been tabled by the USA to be debated upon in the United Nations Security Council. Thanks, he writes, to President Samuel Ikome Sako's silent diplomacy. Silent diplomacy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to look at my screen. Look at my screen. Look at my screen. You look at my screen, you see Jeune Afrique. You see Jeune Afrique. This is the message that is being circulated out there as the United States sponsoring Ambazonia's case to the Security Council, purportedly to be heard on May the 13th. Ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonians, listen to me. This article was written on May 4th, 2019. Again, it was written on May 4th, 2019. That is about 4 years, almost about 3 years ago. About 3 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got that. But what is interesting is ABC, the guy running to ABC telling that, oh, the United Nations is taking our case. And you see them here, writing here, claiming victory for Sako's silent diplomacy. Whereas this thing is picked from 2019. And I remember that meeting quite well. 2019, ladies and gentlemen, not May 2022. Are we getting this? We must continue to watch out what comes out of the mouth of these guys at ABC. And the surrogates out there, Sako's surrogates out there, who want to claim it. I mean, Sako is essentially behaving like Cho Ayaba now, claiming everything where it doesn't exist. Claiming everything where it doesn't exist. This guy says, I challenge former Secretary Chris Ano to come out and apologize to the Ambazonian people because Dr. Sako's government is still making things happen. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, whoever you surrogate who wrote this, I am actually out telling you, you are wrong. You fabricated this. This doesn't exist. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, hit your share button. So to sum it up, please ignore that thing making the rounds on the social media by Sako's group at the United Nations Security Council is listening to Ambazonia's case. There is just nothing like that at the moment. Nothing like that at the moment. I believe that moment will definitely come because the United Nations Security Council has no choice. And I have no doubt who sits there the French, the British who are making business dealings with the Republic of Cameroon, why they kill our people. They are seated there. But I have no doubt one day America will take it there. America remains the only godfather that we know. They haven't done enough, but they've done something. They will do more. I believe it with all my heart. But for now, don't believe in fabrications coming from somewhere. Come Sako, ladies and gentlemen. That is that. Now I take you to another subject, another very important subject, and this is very, very emotional to me, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very emotional to me, and this is an action item. This is an action item. I like all of you, please hit your share button. We haven't started yet, but hit your share button. But now, all of you, I'd like you to take a look at this image on your screen. Take a look at that image. Now, the person you find on the screen there is an Amazonian by the names of Sama John. By the name of Sama John, ladies and gentlemen. Again, his name is Sama John. This, our brother, is languishing in Nkongho. Again, this our brother is languishing in the gulags in Nkongho, thanks to La République du Cameroon. This is his story. This is his story. The family has raised an alarm over the failing health situation of these detainees at the Nkongho prison. Years after his arrest and detention, Sama John, a Douala-based teacher, is facing death. His family has told authorities Sama was arrested in Douala and accused of having links with Amazonian fighters. He was detained at the New Bell prison, ladies and gentlemen, in Douala, but soon disappeared. He soon disappeared from the prison. He soon disappeared from the prison. Now, he soon disappeared from the prison after being wished by authorities. After multiple months of search, ladies and gentlemen, after many months of looking for him, this is what happened. This is what happened. His family found him at a dreaded Nkongho prison in Yaoundé, where he is held incommunicado. It is said that the man, it is said that he was picked up by Eco's men in La République du Cameroon. Now, this is what is happening now. If you look at the image on your screen, we deliberately do not want to show his feet or his legs. They are beginning to decompose. The legs are beginning to decompose. That means getting rotten. So his name again is Sama John. We cannot show you the legs because the legs are getting decomposed in this Nkongho cell in La République du Cameroon in Yaoundé. This is what I would love every one of you out there to do. Please, I will get my Facebook army to make sure that we get this image on Facebook right after this broadcast. And I would like every one of you, if you love this, our brother, I don't know him, but it's a pathetic story, and there are many of them like this. There are occasions where we have seen some of them chained on the bed, even in hospitals, ladies and gentlemen. But let us do something here. Let us do something. I'm urging every one of you, when you find this photo on ABS Facebook site after this broadcast, please, or if you have it there, share it, let it go viral. Now, this is what I like you to do. Go on Twitter tweet that image. Let the world know that in lot of Cameroon prisons, detention centers, people are not only chained up on beds, but they are allowed to go rotting, decomposing, ladies and gentlemen, in those penitentiary centers. Let everybody who can tweet, who has a Twitter page, please tweet the story of this comrade here. His name again is Sama Thomas. Sama Thomas is his name. I'd like you to twist it. Let the world know he is being held by French Cameroon soldier, penitentiary, and the legs are getting rotten. That is the reason why I cannot show you those legs in this photograph. Please, please, let us bear his burden. Let us bear his burden. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and this is not the only one. This is not the only one. There are others in there who have died because of these kinds of situations. Let's not allow this one have the same fate when we can do something, when you can do something. Please, let's be our brother's keeper. All right, that is that. Now I take you to another very, very important subject here, ladies and gentlemen. The so-called the threat from somewhere. The threat from somewhere. Nkongho Sako to sue, ladies and gentlemen, your interim government, over the treasury. Now this is very, very important, and I like all of you to get this. Now, you would have been told that I think it was last week that Samuel Nkongho Sako got his men to put out letters, not a summons, but letters, legal letters, to some of our comrades, precisely Richard Tango, who is our treasurer-in-chief, Frida Ashu, and Comrade Blaze, I don't remember what the other name is. But Samuel Sako went to the lawyers and got the lawyers to put out threatening letters, giving them 1 week, ladies and gentlemen, to return everything Ambazonia Foundation, including the treasury, to his illegal government. Samuel Sako stated in the correspondences from their lawyers that if they do not hand over in 7 business days, I think Bishop John also received that letter, ladies and gentlemen, from Samuel Nkongho Sako. I was hoping to receive one. I'm still waiting for it. I can't wait to get them. But they sent out those letters to Richard Tango, to Blaze, to Frida, to Bishop John, telling them to hand over, ladies and gentlemen, the accounts of your interim government back to him. Now, this guy is very delusional. He doesn't know that the Restoration Council impeached him and removed him. But he still wants to act as if he is still in charge. Ladies and gentlemen. So, I believe the 7 days are now over. And Richard Tango, Blaze, Frida, Bishop John has said, go to hell, essentially. Do what you want to do. And the Restoration Council has now come out with this statement. A statement, it is a little bit lengthy. I like to bring to you, and you get to hear what the Restoration Council has sent out as a reply to that statement, from Samuel Ekome Sako, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what the Restoration Council has written. After taking the time to research the facts, the Restoration Council wants to officially acknowledge and inform the Ambazonian people that it has received a legal and court-related letter from the former impeached and removed President Samuel Ekome Sako. Our awareness of this letter originally surfaced on April 14, 2022 on an ABC TV news show, they mean to say, the state television, which is still currently illegal under the control of the impeached and removed president. The letter says, let's skip that, the rest of it now. This letter was also aided and orchestrated by some former members of the Ambazonian Foundation, the Treasury Board, who still illegally, that is the Restoration Council telling them that they still illegally support the former impeached and removed president despite his end of mandate in office. Restoration Council wants to remind the Ambazonian people that Mr. Samuel Ekome Sako was impeached and removed from office in February 2022 for several reasons, including his refusal to respect his mandate and terms of office. Samuel Ekome Sako, they say, continues to impersonate the position, ladies and gentlemen, of the President of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, an attitude which is also a crime under the Ambazonian Constitution. The letter continues from the Restoration Council. The legal letter from the former impeached and removed president has several inquiries. The Restoration Council wants to specify that he is still engaged in fighting for the National Treasury, Ambazonia Foundation, to retrieve money in the account. Your money, ladies and gentlemen. Ekome Sako's ambition for money just continues to jeopardize the stability of our interim government. We regret, the Restoration Council says, and sympathize with the pain this may be causing most of you, our people, write the Restoration Council. And the last paragraph reads, it is clear that the former impeached and removed president, they say, has officially introduced a legal war against the Restoration Council and members of the National Treasury who did not support or comply with its corrupt practices. Our lawyers and the Judiciary Commission under the current president, Iya Marianta Njoma, are responding to this instigated legal battle. While the Restoration Council happily, listen to that, happily welcomes, ladies and gentlemen, any legal battle, we are equally condemning his reckless, unthoughtful, greedy, and self-centered behavior. The Restoration Council and rightful members of the National Treasury are under the new leadership of President Marianta Njoma and are ready to respond to any legal action. We will not take any responsibility, the Restoration Council writes. They will not take any responsibility for any devastation this legal battle Samuel Ekome Sako and co. have brought. The last paragraph says, we urge Ambazonians to hold Samuel Ekome Sako for any outcome in this case, including jail terms. The Restoration Council welcomes Mr. Sako's legal moves, and it will respond on equal terms. It still continues here. Now it says, as a public notification, the Restoration Council will no longer be advising Ambazonians not to sue or take Mr. Samuel Okomesako to court. I hope you heard that. The Restoration Council will no longer be advising Ambazonians not to sue or take Samuel Okomesako to court. That is, we no longer, says the Restoration Council, will no longer discourage individual Ambazonians in the diaspora who are willing to sue or take Mr. Sako and go to court in their respective jurisdictions. The Restoration Council will hold this position statement until further notice. The statement reads, Restoration Council of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia is urging Ambazonian people not to be intimidated, sad, or bullied by any actions by the former impeached and removed president, the statement says, and his unlawful group. It is no secret that the former removed and impeached president is strategically trying to deter our people and institutions from any lawsuit against him. It can be said that he is trying to put the Restoration Council and the National Treasury Board in a defensive position instead of an offensive one. We, that is the Restoration Council, can confidently attest that this is not only a relevance-seeking behavior, but also an attempt of the former impeached and removed president to deter accountability through any legal means from the Restoration Council or its National Treasury Foundation. And the last paragraph reads, the Restoration Council will relentlessly continue to pursue the properties of the Ambazonian people under the possession of the former impeached and removed president, Samuel Okomesako. We shall defend the interest of the Ambazonian people from any foreign or domestic dictatorship, says the Restoration Council. Ladies and gentlemen, and again, that was the statement from the Restoration Council responding to the threats of a lawsuit from impeached and removed Samuel Okomesako as president of Ambazonia. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this is very important, what the Restoration Council has also said is that if you ever put a dime in the pockets of Samuel Okomesako for anything, and it was never accounted for, you have the right to sue him, take him to court in whatever jurisdiction that you may be. If you are in London, if you are in France, if you are in Germany, you are in Belgium, you are in Chicago, you are in New York, you are in Boston, you are in Texas, you are in DC. It says you have the right. You are no longer restrained. You are no longer restrained from taking individual actions to go after him. Ladies and gentlemen. So that is it from the Restoration Council, and in my next broadcast I shall be bringing some of them here to brief us about what actions then they are being taken, the precise actions that they are taking, ladies and gentlemen, towards this. Now I take you to a very important announcement before I bring you my guests. The interim government, ladies and gentlemen, the interim government is announcing, a 5 days lockdown. The interim government, by this statement I bring to you, is announcing a 5-day lockdown for all of Ambazonia, with no exemptions. And that lockdown, let me get the statement here. All right. So the lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, starts from Monday, Monday the 16th of May, through to Friday the 20th of May at 6 p.m. Friday the 20th of May at 6 p.m. Now, Monday is a regular ghost town day, so not a big deal. So you have the regular ghost town day on Monday, and then Tuesday is the beginning, actually, I would say the actual beginning of this lockdown. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Amber time are the days for this lockdown. Fellow Amazonians, this lockdown is very, very critical. We have called it a no mercy, no pity, no regrets lockdown. No mercy. That means if you think that you can contravene it, you can ignore it and go out for your business or whatever, you're going to be making a really, really big mistake. And this is again now for all of you on ground zero, especially to communities like Victoria, Boya, Tiko, Mutengene. If you think in Kambe, one of them, and parts of Womb, if you think that you can go out, boycott it, contravene it, you're going to be making a mistake, the mistake of your life. These dates were picked by Amazonia Restoration Forces on ground zero in consultation with this interim government, the ANC. Very, very important. So please, and of course, the ARC group, these dates were picked in consultations again with these groups. The fighters on the ground, the ARF, agreed on the dates, consulting with the interim government, the ANC, and ARC. So these days are written on stone. There is no amount of grumbling that will change it. Because when they say it from ground zero, they know why. For some of us, we think that maybe it is too long. But we think that the guys taking the shots, making the shots on ground zero, they know better than some of us here in the diaspora. And if they think that 5 days are better or 10 days are better, we will better go with them, because they are the ones putting their lives out there on the line, ladies and gentlemen. So do not say the interim government or some people are sitting in the diaspora and imposing these lockdowns on the ground. No, not so. The fighters on the ground are making those decisions in consultation, very close consultations with us here. So this is again written on stone. This is very important now, so that you can go out. Please begin to make arrangements to stock your home with water, with food items, medication, whatever that you can afford in preparation for that lockdown. Again, it starts Monday, May the 16th through Friday, May the 20th, and ends at 6 p.m. The reason we are ending it at 6 p.m. because we know our Muslim brothers, they need to go for prayers on that Friday. And we hope that they can understand with us, compromise with us, and at least if they have to do anything before 6 p.m., they can hold on to it, go for prayers beginning 6 p.m. on that Friday. Very, very important place. Now, this is what is going to happen. There shall be no form of movements, ladies and gentlemen, no forms of movement. The restoration forces are on full standby. They shall be on full standby, looking for those who violate this lockdown. Now, when I say there shall be no movement, I mean no taxis shall be seen on the roads or the streets. No Okada, nothing shall move within those 5 days. But if you choose to move, it's all within your right to do so. But don't question anybody if you are wounded or injured or sent to visit Ekema Patrick. Please take this very, very seriously. I've made it very clear here again and again. Every time we declare a lockdown, it is not because we want to punish you on ground zero. Absolutely not. We already are very much aware of the pain that you go through. But listen, these sacrifices will come again and again and again until we get our independence, until we take back our country. They will be coming once in a while. Let us agree to fight. It's a way of fighting, a means of fighting. Remember this. La République du Cameroon is going around making this propaganda to the international community. Peace has come. Everything has returned. Only a few pockets of resistance is still out there. And then they want to come and stage a fraudulent occasion that enslave us. The reason why we are in war today, the reason why we've lost over 30,000 of our people, the reason why we have over 200,000 of us in refugee camps, the reason why we have close to 1 million as refugees in La République du Cameroon, the reason why over 400 settlements have been burnt down by La République du Cameroon. They want to come back and stage a 20th May celebration in our territory, and we will really be their slaves to think that we can go out and march past and carry out traditional dances and have La République du Cameroon nodding their heads. Look at our slaves. Their march past, they are great. They can march great. Their uniforms are wonderful. Their dances are great. And then they sit there in their tribunes talking to you in French, communicating to you in French. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody will die. Somebody will die on 20th May. Take this seriously. I say somebody will die. Because after 60 years, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot go stand there under the sun like Mecca at the community center, marching to the applause of La République du Cameroon colonial officials sitting in that tribunal. When Albert Nkongho was alive, Albert Nkongho always said, let us declare a national day of mourning. A national day of mourning for 20th May. 20th May should be a national day of mourning indeed. It was the day they took our birthright, ladies and gentlemen. It was the day they stole our sovereignty, our independence. It was the day we became their slaves. It was the day the marginalization started, the integration policy that made us their slaves. That is when it started, and anybody out there thinking that we're going to be celebrating 20th May for any reason, you are an enabler. You are a blackleg. We are looking out for you. So ladies and gentlemen, 20th May is a no-go day. May the 16th through May the 20th, no movement, no Okadas, no taxis, nothing. And I mean nothing. The only thing that is permitted to exist or to function on 20th May, ladies and gentlemen, or on those days, you have the hospitals, the clinics, the doctors and the nurses can go to work. How you get there, you have to figure it out. Okay, you got to figure that out. So that is very, very important. Very, very important that you take note. No weddings, no funerals, no parties, nothing will be allowed to take place anywhere. And again, for your information, the restoration forces are very much in charge of this. We're gonna be talking about this more and more in the days ahead. But that is the announcement. That is the announcement, and we hope that you all take note of it. I hope that my guests can rejoin the set. I hope that my guests can rejoin the set. Please rejoin the set, because I want to get to you shortly. I want to get to you shortly in a few moments. I want to get to you in a few moments. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, look at this here. Look at this here. Why he joins me.
Thank you. Give me the opportunity to be proud of you. This message, when I take it to the head of state. I don't know, that maybe that day he will sleep and forget himself. You'll be very, very happy. And I'm encouraging all of you to stand like one person, and we'll try and the best we can so that this thing, at least those who are here now, they cross back to Cameroon latest November. Latest. So that was the message I wanted to tell all of you, and then I wanted to greet you to see you people like this. I'm happy. Thank you. Give me the opportunity to be proud of you. This message, when I take it to the head of state. I don't know, that maybe that day he will sleep and forget himself. You'll be very, very happy. And I'm encouraging all of you to stand like one person, and we'll try and the best we can so that this thing, at least those who are here now, they cross back to Cameroon latest November. Latest. So that was the message I wanted to tell all of you, and then I wanted to greet you to see you people like this. I'm happy. Thank you.
You want to talk, my talk.
Okay. Let's thank our mommy, our excellency here. You don't come for visit the Peking there and see the decide say you can't see we. I will be grateful, and I give 101 cafe for my mommy now.
Yes, mom.
Schools are just started last Monday.
Yes, mom.
Maybe they put this people in school.
Amen.
Maybe they go, at least go play with their friend there. Then they come back. Yes.
Okay, mom, no problem.
All right.
No problem.
Hey, young man, how are you?
That video they go up, people for down, they know for that video. People for down, they know for that video.
You want to talk, my talk.
Okay. Let's thank our mommy, our excellency here. You don't come for visit the Peking there and see the decide say you can't see we. I will be grateful, and I give 101 cafe for my mommy now.
Yes, mom.
Schools are just started last Monday.
Yes, mom.
Maybe they put this people in school.
Amen.
Maybe they go, at least go play with their friend there. Then they come back. Yes.
Okay, mom, no problem.
All right.
No problem.
Hey, young man, how are you?
That That video they go, or people for down, they know they for that video. People for down, they know they for that video.
You want to talk, Maya? Talk.
Okay. We thank our mommy, our excellency here. You don't come for visit the Peking there and see we decide say you can't see we. I will be grateful and I give 101 cafe for my mommy now.
Yes, ma'am.
Schools they start. I tell you, schools they just started last Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
When they put this people in schools.
Amen.
When they go, at least go play with their friends. Then they come back. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. No problem.
All right.
No problem.
Hey, young man, how are you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that little long delay. My guest was locked in and waiting. Unfortunately, I think he ran out of internet data and he is trying to get reconnected. He's trying to get reconnected. Let's hope that he succeeds to reconnect. But you all know who Dr. Success Nkongho is. He is one of those who used to be an activist for the Amazonian struggle for self-actualization when it all began. A few years later, he is no longer, he doesn't any longer recognize himself as Amazonian activist or nationalist. He considers himself more a La République du Cameroon citizen. But beyond that, he has done many things, ladies and gentlemen, many things that has sent many of us wondering, asking what is going on. We recall, for example, the campaign to get refugees from ground one back to La République du Cameroon. We recall that he also was one of those who started this very military campaign that started against La République du Cameroon. But equally, he is the one who is also at the moment campaigning for Amazonians to lay down their arms. It appears that Dr. Success Nkongho has gotten enough already dealing with La République du Cameroon. We all sat in our homes and saw the images of our refugees beaming over the television set in Yaoundé when a handful of them were made to return home and some of our fighters made to lay down their hands. We all recall Kawa Yannick, who became an ambassador, going there to the so-called Grand National Dialogue to address citizens of Cameroon and to equally appeal to other Amazonian restoration fighters to lay down their arms. Now, all of this, of course, we cannot also forget the case of General Nambere, who also, under the same campaign, laid down his arms joined the bandwagon for Yaoundé. But the person at the center of this, was no one else but Dr. Success Nkongho, ladies and gentlemen. He got these guys returning to La République du Cameroon, but he chose to return to Nigeria. And after living in Nigeria now for quite a number of years, he seems to be making a turnaround in the decisions that he made. Getting our refugees and our fighters to lay down their arms and return to Yaoundé. Mr. Dr. Success Nkongho is very, very disgruntled today over the treatment, I suppose, he has received for what he will consider a good gesture, a patriotic gesture he rendered to La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, recently he put out a post in the social media classifying Ambazonians, what they call Anglophone elite, as the people responsible for the prolongation of this conflict. And you also accuse Francophone elite as the one benefiting from the war, the reason why they are not ready to see the war brought to an end. Dr. Success actually thinks that Paul Biya is doing everything, has been doing everything, wants to see the war over, but for this Francophone elite and Ambazonian, they call them Anglophone elite, and he's supposed to be here to tell us who exactly he's been referring to. I hope he joins me. He says he's coming back in 5 minutes. Again, he's trying to change his network to join the broadcast. So please just be patient a little bit out there. I believe he is a man of his words. I believe he will get a network to join me. He has been here for almost an hour. Unfortunately, he ran out of network. I didn't realize that. So let's hope that he joins me and bring us the revelation as to who he thinks among the elite are stopping Paul Biya, ladies and gentlemen, from ending this war. So Paul Biya is a good man, according to Dr. Success. The bad people are the elite, the Anglophone elite, the Ngolese, the Paul Tassons, the Paul Atanganji, the Senator Mundis, you can name the rest, the John Frundis. They are the problem, according to Dr. Success, Nkongho, ladies and gentlemen. So I really hope he joins me quickly so that we can continue we can start the interview with him. It is going to be quite revealing. Again, I'm looking at my screen, Dr. Success. If you can hear me, please join the broadcast. Immediately you get your network turned back on, please. Thank you. Wonderful. He is here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Dr. Success. It's a great pleasure to have you join. My apologies for taking so long in the prologue of this show and not getting back to you earlier. I wasn't sensitive to your network issues. But Dr. Success, again, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening, my colleague in ministry. Good evening, my brother.
Thank you. It's been a very long time that we had a conversation. Since I think the last time we met was in Abuja during the 4th conclave. I think that was the last time that we met.
Yes, that was in conclave 4. We met in Abuja in Advance Hotel, at Nera Hotel. Then we traveled together to Zaria. We're all together in Zaria. We came back together. You came to my house. I went to your hotel and so on. Then you left back to the US.
Correct. Now, lots of things have transpired since then. And you have become really controversial from the man you were then. You changed from being an independentist, an Ambazonian, to being a La Republican. Please, can you give us a little chip into what went wrong?
Change is something that is normal in life. As we grow, we change our views, our opinions, our perspectives, our beliefs, depending on our maturity. it is important for you to know that it's better to be controversial than to be inconsequential. It's better to be controversial than to be inconsequential. I have not been controversial only yesterday. From my childbirth up till date, I have been controversial because I am not configured to follow public opinion. I follow my convictions. What actually has changed is the fact that I began to see things clearer than the way I was seeing them before. I embraced the concept of Ambazonia at the initial stage of my beginning to believe in what was happening in Cameroon. But later on, I sat down and made my analysis, and I came out with the conclusion that I can no longer belong in what we call Amazonia. And before I made that analysis, I had announced to Ambazonians.
Was based on what, sir?
Now, I analyzed certain things. Number one, I analyzed that Ambazonians are not making any progress. And I began to ask myself why. I saw, number one, because there is no unity among Ambazonians. And the Bible says, a house that is divided among itself shall never stand. Of God simply says, it means that any group of people who are not united, they will never succeed in whatever brought them together. Number two, I realized...
Hold it there. We're going to come back to that a little bit later in the broadcast. But I'd like to show you some images that you forwarded to me, and you've had them out there in the social media. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Give me the opportunity to be proud of you. This message, when I take it to the head of state. I don't know, that maybe that day he will sleep and forget himself. You'll be very, very happy. And I'm encouraging all of you to stand like one person, and we'll try and the best.
All right. Now, Doctor, I understand that this event took place recently over there on ground one, and these were a lot of political Cameroon officials visiting our refugees, trying to persuade them to return try to return home. And I hear them actually promising November, that by November they should be home. Can you enlighten us a little bit? I think you were there, right?
They are not refugees. They are all Amber fighters, their wives and their children. They are not refugees.
Okay.
This happened in September 2021. September 2021, we had gathered. Yes.
Okay.
We had gathered 261 Amber fighters who have demonstrated the desire to surrender and embrace the amnesty given to them by Cameroon. So President Paul Biya sent a delegation to come and give the Amber fighters hope that by November 2021, they will be repatriated to Cameroon in order to enjoy the amnesty that he gave to them. That is what is happening in that image. Did I make myself clear?
So this was since October 2021. But they were promised they will be there by November. Are they all there?
They are not there, just like you promised tsunami in 2018, and up till now we have not had one. They are not there. Those promises were given by man, it was not given by God.
Okay. Now, you have indicated in my conversation with you previous to this interview that this delegation came to Ground 1 led by the girlfriend of PM Ngute, and you were very upset with what you saw. The amount of money she spent on herself, and to you and the the fighters, you say, they had virtually nothing. Can you give us a little, can you enlighten us a little bit on that, please?
No, you just ask me any specific question you want to ask, I will answer. Everything I had to say about that, I had said it. So if you want to ask me specific question, just go straight to the question and I will give you straight answer.
All right. In your write-up, you mentioned two classes of people, two classes of elite. You call some Anglo, what is the name? Anglophone or Francophone or Franco-Anglophone or something like that.
Anglo-Zonians and Yaoundé-Zonians.
Anglo-Zonians and Yaoundé-Zonians, right. And what did you mean by that?
Anglo-Zonians are a Anglophone elites in Cameroon who were instrumented by a group of Francophone elites in Cameroon who are the decision makers in order to create Ambazonia so they can draw financial, political, and many kind of benefit through what they call Ambazonia. Even you found yourself in Ambazonia and they are benefiting from you just as you two are drawing benefiting from the boys in ground zero, as you can call it. And these classes of people called Yaoundé-Zonians and Anglo-Zonians, they are very, very dangerous set of people because they do not want peace to come back to Cameroon. And I will fight these same people until the day they will let Cameroon have peace. This group of people, they are war entrepreneurs. They are taking advantage of the crisis to make money. They pretend during the day that they want peace, and in the night they escalate the crisis for their own benefit. And those are the category of people I will fight till the day I leave this world.
Why are you fighting them? Because you negotiated Ambazonians into their hands.
I did not negotiate Ambazonia into their hands. I saw the necessity to accept amnesty, and because Cameroon is my country and that these boys are all Cameroonians, both the refugees and the fighters, and they are suffering in the bush, they are suffering in foreign countries, than for them to die in foreign countries, I preached to them amnesty and they accepted the preaching, and I took them to their country, and they are happy that I took them to their country, because it's better to die in their country than to die in a foreign land.
Well, now you did this negotiation, took them to their country according to you, but then you didn't stay in that country. You returned to Nigeria.
Okay.
Why?
Let's thank our Mami, our excellence here.
Sorry.
They are playing the video while you're asking the question. So can they stop that video so I can answer your question?
Yes, you took them, you negotiated for them, and they got a bus load of them to Yaoundé, and they made a big deal of it all over their television. They were lined up and paraded as, oh, Ambazonians finally coming home, and you were there, but you returned to Nigeria. You are still in Nigeria. Why are you not back in your country?
First of all, before I went to Cameroon with this group of persons, I have had a lot of investment in Nigeria. And for me to start back my life from zero, it will need me plenty of money, if not billion. Okay? So I cannot just relocate like that without planning. The idea of taking fighters and refugees to Cameroon came to me by surprise, and I cannot relocate my entire family to Cameroon just like that. So I went with them to Cameroon to show sign of good faith. But I still have investment in Nigeria that are very important to me. And until I have equivalent investment in any part of the world, including America, I will not move there.
Now, are you concerned that one of the fighters, I mean a major one in that matter, whom you persuaded to return to Cameroon in that parade, is now back in exile? He doesn't want to go back. Do you see something wrong about that? Do you think you did the right thing?
I don't know such person. Who are you referring to?
I'm referring to General Nambere.
No, who said General Nambere doesn't want to go back? When he was in Cameroon, Ambazonian said he is in a house arrest, that he cannot leave Nigeria. Just like this, he cannot leave Cameroon. Just like Ambazonian said the same thing about me, that I was in a house, not leave Yaoundé. I left, nothing happened to me. He left, nothing has happened to him. Now he is no more in Cameroon. And you guys say he can no longer go to Cameroon. In no distant time from now, I will prove to you, I will show you guys his video inside Yaoundé to show that he can go back to his country. That is his country. Cameroon is our country. Even you can come back to Cameroon. If you decide to come back to Cameroon today as your country,
I guess he is in Nigeria for a mission now, or what?
No, I cannot be disclosing people's locations. If you want to know his location, you can find his contact and get to him, find out where he is.
All right.
I cannot disclose people's location.
Record, I am not Cameroonian. For the record, I am not Cameroonian. I told my passport as you did yours.
No,
I am Ambazonian. I used to be Cameroonian. I told my passport as you have yours. Now take a look at this. Take a look at this, Dr. Success. I'd like you to take a look at this statement you made a few years ago. Take a look.
Day is the end of the life of my Cameroon passport. Today is the end. That country is a joke. It's a joke. It's a shame. It's a shame that I ever had a document that bore Cameroon in it. I'd rather be a stateless human being all my life
now, Doctor, you can see that is you there. I hope you do remember that. That is you there.
I do remember.
That is you there. Let me put a question. That is you there tearing your Cameroon passport. Was it an expired one or a real passport?
I think I had answered that question in 2021.
You told your Cameroon passport and took up Ambazonian citizenship by tearing that passport. What changed?
Now, first of all, I did not tear any Cameroonian passport. I am going to show to you all the Cameroon passport I like. You are going to see them right away. Now.
So what is it? So what is it that you were doing here? What were you doing
that
here?
Was the end. I was practicing the trick that I learned from Ambazonia and to trick those who taught me the trick. Did you understand now?
Today is the end.
So when you did that, so when you did that and said you were tearing your Cameroonian passport, what did you expect others to do? Did you get a question?
I didn't get your question.
When you sat on a video camera and told your Cameroon passport, what were you expecting? No, let me ask the question. When you sat on the video, let's assume that you were pretending anyways, but let's assume that you sat on the video, told that passport you wanted others to believe you were denouncing your Cameroonian citizenship. What were you expecting your audience to do?
No. What actually happened then was that we were overtaken by the spirit of Ambazonianness as at then. Okay? But even though we were overtaken by that, I still did not tear my passport. This is You can check this date. This is my passport.
So,
check the date.
I believe that you didn't tear your passport. You didn't tear your passport, but you carried on.
These are all my Cameroonian passports.
I see all of that. I see all of that. But you carried on
in my life,
an exercise.
I've had 3 Cameroonian passports, and these are the 3 Cameroon passports. They are all here.
I see all of that. But this is the point. You carried out a destruction exercise on video. What were you trying? What message were you passing across?
The message I was passing across as at then was that I did not want to belong in Cameroon again. But later on, I came back to my senses. I am born a Cameroonian. My birth certificate shows that I am a Cameroonian. My national identity card shows that I'm a Cameroonian. My mother is a Cameroonian. My father is a Cameroonian. Then it would be stupid for me to call myself a national of a country that does not even exist.
All right, we're coming. I'd like you to also just take a little sit there and listen to this other video. Look at this.
Commander-in-Chief of a Umojok Self-Defense Force. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Dr. Success, Commander-in-Chief of a Umojok Self-Defense Force and member of Skakuf Defense Department. We are glad that we have successfully elected our interim president and our interim vice president. Special congratulations to President Sisiku Ayok Julius Tabe and Vice President Dikin Tassang Wilfred. These 2 people are great gifts that God has given to us. We owe them a duty to collaborate with them, to cooperate with them, and to give them our best support, so that they can facilitate our journey to Boya in no distant time from now.
Now, that was you welcoming your president, your new country, the commander-in-chief of Umojok Defense Forces. You are the one who started the military arm of this struggle. I should say, I give you credit for that. But the things you do today make everybody still wondering, myself still wondering, what happened to you?
Okay, so you want me to answer? First of all, you can see the chair on which I sat that day. At that chair, right?
Yes.
This is the same chair. Have you seen that? Have you noticed that it's the same chair, right?
Yes.
Good. So since I sat that chair to make those pronouncements, I sit on this one, the same chair today, to denounce those pronouncements. Now, it is not a taboo for anyone to be a prodigal son. It's not a taboo for someone to be a former rebel leader. It's not a taboo. Paul Kigali of Rwanda, he was a former rebel leader.
But he was but everybody will say that Paul Kagame was very consistent. He fought it to the end.
Every one of us have committed one form of offense or the other.
No, the problem, the question here is about that of being consistent. Consistency, you quote Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame remained a rebel leader until he took back. He became the leader of his country. But you left.
He is not a rebel leader.
You started an army. You put in a president. You welcome the president. You asked everybody to follow the president. But you carried the refugees to Yaoundé.
That simply means that my words are very serious. So if I put in a president, I have removed the president. If I ask people to follow Ambazonia, I now ask them not to follow Ambazonia. So if you are giving me credit of the things that you people discredited me before, you said I put in a president, now I remove that president.
No. Nobody has removed the president. You really don't have the power to remove the president. I don't have the power to remove the president. Only Ambazonians have the power to remove the president. But listen to this. This is what you wrote. This is what you wrote, and you titled it "Exposing Yaoundé-Zonians and Anglo-Zonians."
Correct.
Because we know them so well. we agreed to disarm these guys with the approval of the president. I guess you are referring to Paul Biya, without passing through them. I don't know, who did you refer to as them, not passing through them?
I am referring to those members of the Security Council in Cameroon who have made President Paul Biya to believe that the Anglophone crisis cannot be resolved unless with their approval. Because they have a small group of persons who have transformed this crisis to a business.
All right, thank you. I get that. Hold on there. Hold on there. We're coming into it. Hold on there. I get that.
Business.
All right. Hold on there. Now you continue. The president approved it, then informed the prime minister to facilitate it until it's executed. Out of jealousy, you're right, and wickedness, the prime minister wrote to the president to inform him that there are no ambers with us. With who? Were you referring to yourself that there are no? The prime minister wrote to the president discrediting you, that you have no ambers.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. When we gathered this group of fighters and kept them, we did not pass through the prime minister, we did not pass through DGRA, we did not pass through the Security Council. It was a surprise to them that the president of Cameroon, my president, approved it, because my name means a lot at the presidency. My name means a lot in Cameroon. A lot of government officials have used my name to dupe Cameroon. Yes, they have used my name to dupe President Paul Biya.
All right, hold on there. Hold on there. Now you continue.
Sorry.
The prime minister, you continue. Out of jealousy and wickedness, we've read that the president sent a delegation of 7 persons. I guess you are referring to Paul Biya. Sent a delegation of 7 persons, led by General Melingi Noma, for fact-finding mission. Now, where was this fact-finding mission supposed to be? They came over and met you, or what?
I think I answered that question already. It was in September 2021 that they came to see the people we have gathered. And
also, General Numa is a guy we have in the video there, right?
Amber fighters.
General Numa is a guy we're finding the footage. Is that?
Yes, he's the one wearing the white cap.
Okay. Now you continued. The prime minister included his girlfriend Kuala Muring Vera in the delegation, and made her the treasurer of the mission. Now you added that she spent over 500 million on her personal things. The prime minister girlfriend, whom you mentioned here as Kuala Muring Vera, you wrote, spent 500 million francs on her personal things. Are you serious?
What question are you asking? Just ask the question and I will answer.
You meant it to say that a prime minister's girlfriend, John Ngute's girlfriend, spent 500 million francs during this single trip to Grand Wine on her own personal things.
First of all, why would the president appoint a head of delegation for a fact-finding mission, and instead of the head of delegations to appoint the person that will manage the money, the prime minister adds someone on the list that was not sent by the president and makes the person the controller of the budget that the general has to answer to the person? Who is that lady in question to the prime minister? To answer the question, you have his number, you can ask him. He should answer. Who is that lady? In a mission that his own boss, the president, sent a general in Cameroon army. That's she. Who is that lady The Prime Minister of Cameroon should explain to the people of Cameroon, who is this Lady Vera? What was her mission? Why should the finance be given to her to manage on a mission that the head of mission is a general in the army appointed by the president, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? Ask the president, ask the Prime Minister to answer that question. And I want him to answer that question too.
Since this delegation came and left, have you had any communication with PM Ngute?
Why not? Why not?
So have you asked him these questions? Why did you make your girlfriend the head of this delegation with 500 million francs spent on her own personal shopping?
How do you know if I've not asked him the question before?
No, I'm asking you whether you did. Whether you asked him.
Why not? I've asked several questions.
What was his response?
I've asked several questions.
What did he say?
There have not been any response. It's not everything those people respond. Sometimes you write them 15 questions, they will answer one.
All right, this is what you write. They came, saw over 261 ambers, interacted with them. They ate with them for 4 days. When they returned with a report contrary to what the Prime Minister told the President, the man became confused and didn't know what to tell the President. They blocked the general from seeing the President, so he cannot report to the President the outcome of the fact-finding mission. Dr. Success, if you were this important as you consider yourself to be before the President, if you were this important, how was the President not talking directly to you? Or did I lost you? It seems I lost Dr. Success there. I hope he is able to reconnect. We had barely started, ladies and gentlemen. We really had barely started. I call this laying the foundation for the interview, and apparently he probably have some connection or network issues. I hope he's able to join the broadcast back. Now, here I see some people writing out there, but Secretary Chris, why do you bring this kind of people here? Blah, 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 blah. No, sometimes you bring these people to know what is in their mind before doing the things that they do. They say information is power, and we need that information to confront the enemy. We need that information to confront our enemy. I hope that he is able to join me. If he joins, we're going to continue. If not, I am going to open the phones right now. If he joins, I will continue the interview, but if he doesn't join, I will just take some phone calls, ladies and gentlemen, and we will call it a day there. You got the phone number there on your screen. Go ahead, call, ask any question that you can. Ask any question that you can, and I'll be glad to. Okay, all right, he will be coming back. He is changing his Wi-Fi, but go ahead, you can call, you can go ahead and call if you like, while he changes his Wi-Fi. We had barely started, ladies and gentlemen. So again, the phone line is open. You have a call, you have a question for Dr. Success. Call and let me know, and I will definitely take your questions to him. The number is there on the screen, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, before you call, shut down the volume of your set before you call. Shut down the volume of your set before you call. All right, let me get to this caller from Ground Zero. Hello.
Good evening, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir. You are calling from Abakwa, correct?
That's right, from Abakwa.
Okay, quickly, sir. 1 minute. What is in your mind?
Yeah, this is my conception of the Amazonian independence war. You see, we have three groups of people in this revolution of ours. We have typical Amazonians who are bent on reaching Boya and who will not be stopped by anything from reaching Boya. Then we have the enemies, the Francophones, and then we have Anglophones who are worse than the Francophones because they are the ones helping the Francophones to continue to resist our onslaught to remove them out of Amazonia. So when you bring, the last time you brought a drunkard they call what indigenous people of Amazonia to come and mess up the platform. Well, so when you continue to bring, you have a point anywhere to bring them so that they give the area views. But let me tell them that Amazonia has come to stay. And they have been deceived. All of them opposing Amazonia one way or the other have been deceived by the devil, yes, to stand where they are standing, because it will be terrible for them. In a few years we'll be in Boya. This is prophetic. In a few years we'll be in Boya, and they will regret to the end of their days. Yes. So anybody standing against Amazonia, it cannot last more than 30,000 people, hundreds of villages, and then they are still here, bent on the son of Amazonia, refusing to dialogue, and some morons will come and be talking against Amazonia. It's a laugh. I pity them.
All right, awesome. Thank you. You make a good point. And again, I like everybody to know. Listen, we are not scared of another argument or the opposite argument. We are not scared of it. What we can do is educate them, get them to understand why we continue to fight. We will fight until we get to our destination. So it is very important. Let me get this other caller here. This is Ground Zero. Hello. Oh, I think the call is dropped. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we will continue to educate them. We will continue to educate them. We are not scared of what they do, of what they will come here and say. And I believe all of you out there know what you are looking for. It is not what Dr. Success Nkongho or anybody else comes here and say that will change your mind on what we are all fighting for. All right, let me get to the phones. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Reverend, thanks, please. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Calling from where?
I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Okay, and what is your contribution, sir?
Yes, I'm calling from Ground Zero. Yes.
Yes, what is your contribution?
I would like you to, I would like you to ask the man calling himself Success. I can see that he is a failure. Yeah, but I would like you to ask him this question.
Okay.
If after he has taken the stand to fight for the liberation of a country which he knows the facts and everything surrounding it to be true, and then of a sudden drop and then canvassing for fighters to draw down their gun. I want him to tell us what happened in 1961, what happened in 1972, what happened in 1984.
All right.
In support of all those things.
Thank you. I get it. Thank you, sir. I get the question.
Yes.
Thank you. I hope he is able to join back. Okay, let's see who is next here. This is Ground Zero. I love this. Hello. Oh my, I dropped that caller. I'm so sorry. I hit the wrong button. Okay, let me see who is this. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Secretary Chris, how you doing, man?
I am doing excellent. And where are you calling from, sir?
So I'm calling from Canada, man.
From Canada. Okay. What is in your mind, sir?
Yeah, Secretary Chris, I just want to appreciate you for what you're doing, man. I mean, bringing those guys, I mean, sometimes we really need them, man. We really need them because what they've done to this struggle.
Not their message, right?
Yeah, no, we already know what we want, Secretary Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Nobody, they're not gonna come in. We just wanna hear. We just wanna get more information from them. That's what we want right now.
Correct.
I mean, we already know the struggle right now is not like how we started in 2017, man. It has changed, man. Yeah, I mean, just bring more. We need more of them. We need more of them to come on the show, man. You're doing a great job, man. I mean, if there is anything we can do to help, I mean, we can come in.
You know, you make a very vital point there, because most of our people on the ground, on ground zero, they watch this guy coming on CRTV spinning their propaganda, Equinox Television spinning their propaganda, Prime Media spinning their propaganda, and our people get confused. When we bring them here, we put them on the hot seat and ask them the question that Equinox doesn't ask them, CRTV doesn't ask them, Prime Media doesn't ask them.
That's it.
You know, there was a moment I called Equinox, and I said to them, if you bring on Santos and what is that other guy with beards? If you bring on all these federalists, if you are bringing on all these federalists, why not invite us here, the interim government, to come and give the other side? Of course, they will not invite us. They will not invite us. So we bring them here and get them to use their own mouth to stupefy themselves. All right.
Secretary Chris, you have to understand it's a well-calculated move, Secretary Chris. And you know, La Republic is doing everything to bring down the struggle right now. So it's a well-calculated move. So everything they're doing right now, it's a well-calculated move. So I think we have to be intelligent also. So when you're bringing them on the platform, you just have to know, like, there's certain type of information. We have to keep it sacred, man.
Right.
You know, information shouldn't be breached, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Wow, Ground Zero is calling and calling. Please do not call me on a second line. Do not call on the second line. I can only pick phones from this line. I know many of you are trying to call. You can't get through, but keep on trying. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
That's
our lights are off.
They're
working on the generator.
Okay, who is this next? This is another Ground Zero. Hello.
Yes,
hello, are you hearing me?
Good evening, sir. Where are you coming from?
I'm calling from Meme.
You are calling from Meme, okay. What is in your mind?
Okay, I just want to thank you for bringing that 419er to actually speak his mind because he's a 419er. I was just watching a program over ACN and I saw where he met with Apostle Ambe and he talked with him, and Apostle Ambe left. He came to Yaoundé. I was referring to this struggle as a Northwest struggle, not an Anglophone struggle. And the Nkongho, whom I'm seeing on my screen now, is the one who is doing it. I think he's not consistent. Yes, and really, for those who have insight, if you look at Nkongho very well, he is a 419er. That is the truth. Yes. How can you come, you say you've torn your passport, then you later on come and present it, and then let me ask him a question. He's listening to me. Mr. Nkongho, can you tell us about the histories of the Cameroons? Because that's what I grew up and I learned. I learned something of the Cameroons. You are referring to Chris Anu and probably all of us as Cameroonians. How come? How can you actually help us to understand that?
All right, thank you. He is back with me. I will give him the opportunity to ask that question. Ladies and gentlemen, you can hold on with your calls. Please hold on with your calls. I will not be taking any calls for the moment. Dr. Success, great to have you back, sir. Thank you for doing everything to reconnect with me here. I don't know whether you listened to all the questions that came in from the listeners, but let us go back to the passport issue. You coming on television or the social media on camera and tearing apart your Cameroon passport, and then later turning back to work for Cameroon. Essentially, the question I was asking is, what message did you want Ambazonians to get from you? Because then you were vowing your allegiance. When you tore your passport, you were vowing your allegiance to Ambazonia, which is why you sat there pretending you were tearing your Cameroon passport. What message did you want your audience to get?
Mr. Chris, one thing that Ambazonians have failed to understand is that they feel
Dr.
everyone
Success,
must function like them.
I don't seem to get your... I think you are muted on your side.
Are you getting me now?
I think you are muted because I can hear you.
Are you getting me?
Something is wrong. Everything looks okay here. I can see your sound meter.
Are you hearing me now?
Okay, go on. I get why. Go on, please. Go on.
Are you hearing me now, sir?
I can hear you now. 5 on 5.
Okay, good. Now, Ambazonians should understand how are different. President Olusegun Obasanjo has once tore his PDP card and said he is done with PDP.
That is a political party.
But that
when
man
you tear
returned
your
to
passport
PDP
and denounce that country, that is a serious thing. What did you get,
that was not
what did you want Ambazonians to get from you tearing your Cameroon passport only to turn around, become a contractor for Cameroon?
I have said and I continue to say, Mr. Chris, no passport was torn. Number two, most of you guys who claim that you have not torn your own passport, and some of you who have torn your own passport, I can assure you, in the next 3 years from now, maximum, you too will come back to Cameroon.
Passport. It would surprise you to know I have never, ever carried a Cameroon passport. Never ever. But I will go back to the question because you seem not to be answering the question.
But you have carried Cameroon identity card. You have carried Cameroon certificate,
look
right?
at this here. You sat there, look at that passport. Now, I want to believe.
See them.
I want to believe.
See my passport.
I get you. I want to believe that was a drama.
You can see.
The last caller called it a scam. Now, tell me why they should not consider that a scam if now you are seated there and waving your Cameroon passport.
Because everything about Ambazonia is a scam. And since I was an Ambazonian, I follow the trend of scamming the population. And when my conscience pricked me, I decided to put an end to that scam. Did you understand me, Mr. Chris?
I get you now. So, the Human Defense Force was a scam.
Everything about Ambazonia is a scam. Ambazonia is built on
let's hold on there.
falsehood.
Let me get back to your letter to about Anglo-Zonians and Franco-Zonians or something like that. That the letter we were looking at. Now, I was asking you the question before you left whether after the delegation, the 7-man delegation returned to Yaoundé, spoke with Dion Ngute. Did you contact Dion Ngute to find out why the presidency sends a delegation and he picks his girlfriend add to the delegation and his girlfriend spends 500 million francs on personal shopping? Did you ask him?
Mr. Chris, you want us to talk about someone's girlfriend. Who doesn't have a girlfriend? Don't you have a girlfriend?
No. This is not about a girlfriend. It is about the girlfriend of the Prime Minister spending state money to the tune of 500 million. You wrote that. Nobody wrote that. To the tune of 500 million. Did you find out?
Do you want me to unwrite it? I cannot unwrite it, but that shouldn't be the topic of today. If we want to build Cameroon, we should build Cameroon with constructive things. I am angry with the Prime Minister for making a state mission a personal affair. I am angry with that. You shouldn't invite me on a television station to be talking about an individual. Talk about policies.
No,
talk about things that can transform Cameroon.
When you put out figures of this magnitude, you know that 500 million francs.
Mr. Chris, that amount is too much. It's too much for you. It's too much for you. It's too much for Amazonians because they have never seen it. That is no money for someone.
I agree with you. We have never seen it. You've seen more than that. We're coming. So now you are angry with the Prime Minister that the Prime Minister doesn't take your message or goes to the presidency and stops your emissary from taking your message to the president. Did the Prime Minister get back to you?
Yes, of course. Even 3 weeks ago, we spoke about the same mission. Even 3 weeks ago, we spoke about the same mission. Okay? And the mission cannot be killed. And let me inform you, Mr. Chris, this is a family affair. Just as you and Sako
come on, Dr. Success, you are an intelligent man.
You are having your issues and we're not coming there. Don't come into our family affairs too.
Dr. Success, you are an intelligent man. This cannot be a public affair and you write this out in the social media. Sir, this cannot be a family affair. Isn't it?
It's a family affair. I'm addressing the family of Cameroonians if you are one. I'm addressing Cameroonians if you are one. Then let's talk as Cameroonians. Then I can bring you into that topic. That letter was to report the Prime Minister to the people of Cameroon. So are you a Cameroonian so we can talk about our Prime Minister?
All right, your Prime Minister. Let me read a little bit what you wrote here. The Prime Minister included his girlfriend, Kuala Vera, in the delegation and made her the treasurer of the mission. You are writing family affair in the public domain, Dr. Success. All right.
Yes,
she spent over 500 million on her personal things.
To the people of Cameroon.
Saw over 261 ambassadors, interacted with them, ate with them for 4 days. When they returned with a report contrary to what the Prime Minister told the President, the man became confused and didn't know what to tell the President. They blocked the general from seeing the President, so he cannot report to the President the outcome of the fact-finding mission. The Prime Minister decided to stop feeding the ex-ambassadors so they can be frustrated, then go back to the bush. So he, the Prime Minister you put in bracket, can prove to the President that there are truly no ambassadors as previously reported. We have just been told the President approved 14 billion CFA for the mission. Let it be known that for over 2 months now, these children have not seen 1 kobo. On the picture and videos below, you will see General Melinge addressing the 261 ex-ambassadors in September 2021. A cross-section of ambassadors giving a stand of ovation to the delegation, and the girlfriend of the Prime Minister standing barefooted with some amber generals. Minister Ebune Confiance said in one of the meetings that make one idea work with the chop, referring to us now being you. So, Dr. Success, the conclusion here is that you are mad only because a chunk of this money did not get into your pocket. The reason for the phrase, when they walk, then they chop.
And how is that your business, Mr. Chris?
Also, you are just essentially admitting to the fact.
How is that your business when you and Sako are fighting? When you and Eric Tato are fighting over $10,000?
The fact.
Have you ever seen any Cameroonian call you for?
Thank you for admitting to the fact. I just brought you here so that you can actually admit publicly that you are a public contractor for La République du Cameroon and you've done us that service. Now, you send these people to go, they die on ground zero. And you sit in Nigeria, continue scheming to get many more back. And when your pay doesn't come, you get really upset. Are you now reporting PM Ngute to La République du Cameroon? Then you are like, you fall within the class of people Franklin Jome says, dog eating dog. Anglophone eating Anglophone because you consider yourself Anglophone. Isn't it? Why should you not be considered to be such a person?
Mr. Chris Ano, you are trying to force words into my mouth. You know very well that Success Nkongho is not a coward. Very well that the same way I'm speaking to government officials in Cameroon today is the same way I spoke to you Amazonians. You know very well how consistent I am to speaking the truth and exposing manipulation. You know very well that I fear nobody, and that is the same thing I will continue to do until I leave this world. If you take me to Afghanistan tomorrow, if I see corruption there, I will fight it. You take me to Syria tomorrow, I see corruption there, I will fight it. Take me anywhere, I will fight corruption anywhere you take me. It doesn't matter whether it is in my family or what.
Dr. Success, it's very unfortunate. The image you paint of yourself isn't the image Ambazonians see you to be. Ambazonians see you as a corrupt person, as a manipulator,
capacity to
as
reason
somebody
normally.
who will do anything for money.
Ambazonians lack the capacity to reason normally, so I do not expect them to have a good judgment. If you want to classify reasonable human beings, you don't count Ambazonians. They are not among reasonable people. When I was with Ambazonians, they did not blackmail me. When I left Ambazonia, the whole social media went gaga. Why? Because they are people who don't reason.
Let me ask you, when you left Ambazonia, what did you expect Ambazonians to look at you after you had told your Cameroon passport, formed an army, and was in Zaria for the fourth conclave that created a government? And then you suddenly turned your back. How did you expect Ambazonians to look at you as a saint?
They should see me as a moral conscience that I have been to them, always pointing their error. Everything I told you, Mr. Chris, about Sako is what you are seeing today.
I really don't remember what you told. I don't know if you told me anything. I don't know if you told me anything about Sako. I don't remember you telling me anything about. I don't remember you telling me anything about Sako. I just do not remember. But let's move to let's move to one subject. I got this. Let's move to this place. I got this message from some people that you are serving out there. I got this message from some people you are serving out there, and I'd like you to listen to it. I'd like you to listen to it. This is coming from some Francophones who read your post, and I think I don't know whether you granted an interview to one of them, but this is what they write. Good evening, man. How are you? Listen to what that guy has said. What is that his name again? Now they are referring to you. Success Nkongho. That guy is a clown. He has said pure rubbish there. Before he changed his cam, he was first of all with the Amber. What did he say when he was first of all with Amber? He destroyed his Cameroon passport in front of everybody. Everybody saw it. The clown called Success Nkongho declared he can never be a Cameroonian. Now, I don't know how it happened. The regime passed behind, and I think they bought him, and he immediately switched to the side of the government. This is Francophone writing, my friend. He, referring to you, then declared that if the Ambazonians have independence, he will change his faith, his religion, to become a Muslim. Listen to how the clown plays with our good God. Now, he becomes
are you asking me a question?
I think
Mr. Chris, are you asking me a question?
Okay. But
Mr. Chris,
but this is the point.
Mr. Chris,
this is the point.
Mr.
This
Chris,
is a Francophone, a Cameroonian, your fellow citizen. Your fellow, listen to me, I'm asking you a question. Your fellow citizen here, Dr. Success, asking you a question, essentially saying that you are not serious, that you are a fraud in your actions.
First of all, there is no proof that such message exists. Number two, there is no proof that such message come from a Cameroonian.
Okay,
because
hold
Cameroonians
on. I want to prove you.
Like
You know that I don't make things up. Listen to the message.
Number three, Mr. Chris.
Listen to it in
Mr.
French.
Chris, number three is that I still insist today that
hold on, please.
I become a Muslim. I still insist today that if Amazonians get their independence, I become a Muslim.
Okay, listen to it. The message exists. It is in French. I gave it to somebody to transcribe it into English. Listen to it.
Congo success. Mais ça, c'est un voyou. C'est un voyou, c'est qu'il a raconté
le
protocole là-bas.
Mr. Chris,
listen to your citizen.
I have listened to that trash. Even Capo Daniel can speak a better French than that one. That is an Amazonian talking in French. We know that trick. What's the name of the person? What's the name of the author? I spoke and I gave my name. What's the name of the author of that message?
After listening to the audio, I believe if I bring the person in front of you, you will ask, where is she from? So let's forget about that. Let's move to something else.
Yes. No such person exists.
Let's move to something else.
Those messages were concocted by Amazon. You know, Mr. Chris, you have to admit the fact that I was in the Amazonian mafia more than you.
Was concocted by Amazonians.
So I know how Amazonians function.
Let's focus. Tell me, I know you have a problem. Yes, you have called them, is it Anglo-Zonians and Franc-Zonians or something like that. Tell me, the problem you have with this Anglophone elite, because you stated sometime that this war would have been over. They are the problem. Please enlighten us. What have you discovered?
Now, you are now talking, Mr. Chris. You are talking.
Please,
you are talking. Now listen, Mr. Chris. I want to state categorically that as a Cameroonian, I have the right to carry out my investigation and bring out the outcome of my experience with Yaoundé-Zonians who are elites in the Francophone region, especially the members of the security. They insist on Nkongho and Betty Asomo. These two persons, together with their proteges, they have held Cameroon to ransom, and they are behaving as if Cameroon is their property. This group of persons, they are
those are the Franco-Zonians, correct?
Peace to return.
Those are the Franco-Zonians.
They are Yaoundé-Zonians. I refer to them as Yaoundé-Zonians.
Yes.
Correct, yes. They do not want peace to return to Cameroon because they are using this crisis to make money. And I will explain to you how they are using the crisis to make money. One, when they say the Minister of Defense wants to visit Bamenda, that is plenty of millions that if you mention the amount, that amount can resolve half of this crisis. They are using this method to steal money. When they organize things like national dialogue, that is a means for them to steal money because the national dialogue was never inclusive. When they organize conferences like Indian Peace Conference, that is rubbish. They are using this medium to steal money. They say a particular subdivision in the BLM needs an army camp. Rubbish. This is another avenue by which they want to steal money. They say Indian Nkongho needs an army camp. Rubbish. They want to use this medium to steal money. You see, the money they have injected into this crisis, according to what they claim they have injected, if only 5% of that money were to be used genuinely to address the concerns of this crisis would have been long dead. First, I do not believe in military option, and they believe in military option, and that is what has been escalating this crisis for the past 5 years.
But again, you started military option. You started a Umojog, a defense force.
Mr. Chris, we are no longer there.
Okay.
If the and the gendarme did not handle the Anglophone lawyers, I would have not been agitated. They pushed us to the war. I have never changed my declaration to them. I told them, and I continue to say, they mismanaged a peaceful protest and escalated it deliberately. Before, I thought it was accidental. They escalated it deliberately because they wanted to take advantage of this. Now, when it escalated, they presented their proteges to the president and said, this person can help resolve the crisis. Most of those people that were appointed to resolve the, for instance, the prime minister was appointed to resolve the crisis. That's the only reason Paul Biya appointed him. Paul Biya appointed Joseph Ngute
I like the
to
point you're
solve
making
the
there.
crisis. So far, he has not solved it.
Hold on there.
He should resign or he should be sacked because he has not solved it. Atanganji was appointed to solve the crisis. He has not solved it, so he should resign or he should be sacked. If for 5 years this group of persons have not been able to resolve the crisis, it means three things. Number one, it didn't mean that they are incompetent. Number two, it also means that they are an accomplice to the enemy. Number three, it means that they are the hidden enemies that we don't know. How can you send an enemy, the main enemy, to fight himself and you think the crisis will end? So that is why the crisis is still on. So this set of people should resign or they should be kicked out of the line so that a brand new persons, patriots who are not looking for financial gain should step in and rescue Cameroon. That is what I stand for.
But Dr. Success, you talk about financial gain. How are they different from you, who is making contracts, getting contracts from them?
I do not have any contract with anybody. Ask them to show you our contract. I don't have any contract with anybody. I am a patriotic Cameroonian who is so patriotic to rescue Cameroon from the destruction of the destroyers. I am a patriotic Cameroonian. I am not an ambassador who does things for monetary purpose. Before they came to see me in Nigeria, I was financially well established. So I do not need their money to be what I am, Mr. Chris.
All right.
They are the ones who take advantage of the crisis to make money.
So you are essentially saying that Dion Ngute, Atanganji, Paul Tasson, and all of them, they are the problem. They are the reason why our people are dying.
I insist to you and to everyone who cares to listen that everyone who have been appointed to manage this crisis for the past 5 years, they are the problem. They are the reason the crisis have not been resolved. And for this, I wrote to the president. I still have the document and I will publish it next week. I wrote to the president and I told him in black and white that these are the reasons why this crisis have not ended. Ambazonia is nothing. We are done with Ambazonia. We finished Ambazonia. That's why you cannot. Before, you will be the first to say all those people in the picture, they are not Ambazonians. But now you are not talking about it because you know they are true Ambazonians. That is the reason why on the 1st of October 2021, there was no march past in the whole Southwest and Northwest. All the propaganda you guys used to do in the past years didn't happen last year because we gathered them all.
Hold on. Forget about what happened in October. If the boys had laid down their arms today, I will take you really seriously in spite of your effort to get those boys to surrender. If I may ask you, Dr. Success, where is Kawayanik?
Kawayanik is in his country. Don't you have access to him? You want to talk to him? Should I call him for him to talk to him through my phone? You want?
I want to talk to him.
He's doing very well. He's a businessman. He's succeeding in his business. He's a humanitarian. He's helping orphans and widows. He's helping prisoners. Are you not aware of that? How don't you see his pictures helping prisoners?
Tell me, what would Dion Ngute and the other Anglo-Zonians do that will put you on the good side with them?
I don't need to be on good side with anybody. All I am asking Cameroonians to do is for every one of us to take up our civic responsibility and do the right thing. And those leaders who pretend to be our elite, if actually they are our elite, why can't they convince the boys to drop their arms? The boys don't listen to them. They listen to me. That's what you can see. That's the pictures you can see. Those are evidence you are showing on your screen. They listen to me. They don't even listen to you in the diaspora. They listen to me because when I talk, they hear. But when you talk, they don't hear. I heard you announcing 5 days of lockdown. It will not work. I am counseling that
hold on.
lockdown,
How
and you will
can
see.
you-
I will
how
prove to you
can
that that
you-
lockdown will not hold.
Hold on, please. How can you even say they listen to you when out of close to 200,000 of them, you gather a little gathering of 2 or 3 are gathered together, and you say, for
What
your
kind
contract,
of
and you
lie?
say they listen
What
to
kind
you.
of what kind of lie is this, Mr. Chris? How can you say you have 200,000 fighters? You don't have up to 50 fighters
That's what I'm
on the
referring
ground.
to. Refugees. So are you telling me those children I'm seeing there are fighters, Dr.
No,
Success?
we have
You're
not
telling me those
embarked on
children
a
and those
mission to
girls, look at
refugees
those
yet.
children. Did you say they are
We have
fighters?
not embarked.
Did you say those children
Sorry?
are fighters?
Okay, let this person do a sign.
Look at those children.
On
Answer the
video, let's
question.
listen to
Those
it.
children
You-
are fighters? Are you
Don't
not seeing
you know
those
that-
children?
don't you-
Do you say those
This is
children are
General Rambo.
fighters?
This is General. Fighters don't have wives and children. Fighters don't have wives and
You
children.
say you gathered
Fighters
fighters.
don't go to bed. They don't have
You
intercourse.
say you gathered fighters. Those are children
Yes,
there. Look
those
at
are all
see the
fighters.
children.
Yes, they are the children of fighters. When a fighter wants to surrender, they come with their family. When I
All
went to
right,
Yaoundé, didn't I go with my children? When my children fighting in the bush?
All right, hold on there. Hold on there. I am going to open the phone lines and give Ambazonians the opportunity to ask you a question.
Also ask Cameroonians to also ask questions,
No,
not
I'm
only
asking
Ambazonians, my
Ambazonian to
brother.
ask the Cameroonian a question. So hold on in there, ladies and gentlemen. I will open the phone lines and please, if you do not have a question, do not call. I want questions. Those with questions, call if you have a question. Okay, I got the first caller here. Hello. Hello, I can hear you. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Maryland. I have a few questions for Success Nkongho. The first question is, where did he get his PhD, if I may ask? I'm not an intellectual, but if he can answer that. I hope he did not get it from the same place with Sako. Secondly, Dr. Success, as I may put him in quote, has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he is a contractor for La Republique. When somebody starts accusing other people of stealing money or siphoning money, it means he was selling our people for money. And I want to tell
hold on there, please. Hold on there, because if you load a lot of questions, you may forget some. First, you ask him, where did he get his doctorate? Dr. Success, can you take that first, please?
Well, he should tell me where Ayaba got his own doctorate, where Akwanga got his own doctorate, and where Sako got his own doctorate. And I will answer the question very fast.
Well, I mean, that is not being fair. Akwanga is not here. Ayaba is not here. Sako is here. You are the only one
They are
here.
your
Why not
leaders.
speak for yourself?
They are your leaders. They are your leaders. Ask your leaders question. I'm not your leader. I'm not answerable.
You are on television. This is the reason why people
I am not
call you,
answerable to Ambazonia.
call you names,
Charity
give you
doesn't begin
labels.
abroad. It begins at home. Ask Ayaba where he got his own doctorate degree. Ask Sisiku where he got his own degree. Ask Akwanga where he got his own doctorate degree. Ask Sako the same question, then you get back to me. I will answer you.
All right. I guess you really don't want
question.
Anybody to know your alma mater. I will leave it there with you. What was the second question, sir?
Well, the thing is, academics, they don't hide academics, and if Success don't want to tell us where he got his doctorate, then it is proven that it's fraudulent.
I'm telling
Secondly,
you,
he has not proven to Ambazonians that he has not been selling Ambazonians blood for money.
I don't need to prove to Ambazonians. I prove to Cameroonians because I'm a Cameroonian.
The last question I want to ask Success is he ready to come and answer questions here on ABS next time with somebody from the Prime Ministry? Thank you.
That's a very good proposal. Dr. Success, did you hear that? Would you be willing to come join me here on ABS with anybody from the presidency so we can have a good conversation, about this war? You seem to be very connected over there.
If you make the interview tomorrow, I will make myself available tomorrow.
Awesome. We got a deal there. I will get back to you. All right, let's get to the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Dr. Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. And what is the question, sir?
Why don't they give their names? Why are they asking questions without their names?
Hold on, please. Hold on, please. Dr. Success, we only ask where people call from because, you know, security reasons, we don't want to expose people unnecessarily.
Then they should not go into things that are private as well. Did you get me, sir?
You know what is private. Nobody knows what is private. You have the right to answer the question or not answer it. So, okay, go on. Go on, sir.
Yes, I listened to Dr. Nkongho Success, and I think he does not know the gravity of what he's dealing with. And he should understand that what is going on, what he started, has killed so many thousands of Amazonians and Cameroonians as he claims. So my question to him is this: if you sat on that same chair and you ask boys to pick up arms against the Cameroon government, when these boys listen to you and they pick those arms, somewhere along the line, you sneak out and then you went and was working with the same people you were working with, you were working against. What do you think is the fate of those boys that you initiated to start a conflict? Number one question. The remark I have is this: after listening to this man, he is one of those con artists that besiege the land of Amazonia, because all his complaints to hear today is about money, and we know today that he's angry because the Prime Minister and every other person have not been giving his own share of money. Whatever he thinks he has in Nigeria as a business, let him continue with his business and leave people alone, because I think he's not making the money he thinks he's supposed to make out of his business, and he wants to substantiate the Anglophone or the Amazonian war to make money like every other person he's talking about. He should be ashamed of himself sitting there and complaining about money when people are dying.
All right.
It's your soul.
All right. Thank you. I will give him 1 minute to respond to you. Dr. Success, please.
Mr. Chris, first of all, tell your people not to come and give me lecture. If they have questions, they should ask questions. If they don't have questions, they should just listen. You must not talk. Just inform them.
He started with a question, and if you forgot
one question, and the second question was a statement, not a question.
Yeah, the second question was a statement. Not a question. So you took boys and you made boys to carry arms.
Let me answer the first question. There is no second question. Let me answer.
Hold the line, please. Hold the line.
There is no second question. You and I know there is no second question. He asked one question, and the second thing was an insult and a statement. Now, the first question, I did not ask anyone to carry arms. If you have an evidence where I asked people to carry arms, provide it. Number two.
Okay, hold on.
I have de-radicalized.
Hold on.
Chris.
Dr.
Let
Success,
me answer you.
Dr.
Number
Success,
two.
Please hold on. You asked me to provide you evidence. Hold on, and I will provide you the evidence. Hold on, please. One second, and I come to you with that evidence. I'd like you to take a look at this. Again, that is you there. That is, let me get the audio out.
Asking boys to carry arms?
Yes, hold on. That is you there. Listen.
Mr. Chris, I have already addressed this. I was congratulating
a member of Kapuf Defense Department. We are glad that we have successfully elected our interim president and our interim vice president. Special congratulations to President Sisiku Ayok Julius Tabe and Vice President Dikin Tasang Wilfred. These two people are great gifts that God has given to us.
Well,
we owe them a
we've
duty
listened to that,
to collaborate with them. To cooperate with them and to give them.
We've listened to that. In this, you talk about a Umojog Defense Forces as your child. And the question from the caller was, when you made people to carry arms in a Umojog, form an army, and then you call them back. You are muted, please. I muted you. Don't. I will open the microphone for you so you can get the question. When you form an army in a Umojok, and then ask them to lay down their arms, while others go and fight and die. What example you are setting to these other fighters? Are you being even consistent?
Mr. Chris, when you stay in America and send people's children to go and fight on the ground, what example are you showing?
That is not the answer the question. Did you create a
I have just
defense
answered
force? Did you create a Umojok defense force?
You are talking about example.
Yeah, did you
Nothing
create a
ever existed like
Umojok
a defense force?
Did you create that force?
No such thing ever existed like a Umojok defense force.
All right. So the caller is right. You essentially
Chris, I said no such thing. Let me write the name and send to you. No such thing ever existed like a Umojok defense force. I'll write the name and send it to you. Prove me wrong.
What was it then?
I'll write it and send it to you.
What was it?
No such thing ever existed. You are the one accusing. Give the name that existed.
All right,
no
let's get to the next caller. If you
like
want,
a Umojok defense force.
Let's get to the next caller. Hello. Hello, where are you calling from, please?
Can you hear me, Secretary Chris?
I can hear you 5 on 5. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from Norway. This is Didi from Norway.
From Norway. Okay, go on, sir.
First of all, I would thank you for the show and also appreciate your effort despite the technical difficulties. And I also appreciate Success Nkongho for making it to the show despite the challenges he had with technology. This is my question to Nkongho. He has listed a catalog of those who matter in La Republique. Nkongho, PM Ngute, Betty Asomu, top generals. The list is also long. That they are the people who don't want the war to end. If we go by that, what makes him so promoting that his own effort will be the one to end the war? If these people who are like the cream of La Republique don't want the war to end, what makes him think there's own effort of running with the fighters, trying to take them from the bush, going to refugee camp? What makes him think there's own effort will be the one to end the war? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Dr. Success, you heard the question. Go on, please.
That is a very brilliant question. You have the answer already, Mr. Chris. I have been able to de-radicalize many Amazonians. You know it. You have seen them, and you are seeing more are coming as time goes on. That is the cure. If all fighters drop down their weapon, that is the end of the crisis. And I've been able to do that, and I continue to do that. I am competent. I have done it. I am doing it. I will continue to do it. That's what makes me think that what I'm doing is the best solution. Did I answer the question, sir?
Well, to your own satisfaction, but we will leave it there. Let me get to the next caller. We've been talking a lot. Let the callers do the talking now. Hello. Hello.
Yes, am I on?
You are on 5 on 5, sir.
Okay, thank you. Secretary Chris, you have some real journalistic politics, and that's why you have a clown talking with you there, and you're still able to put up a smile. Even though at times your smiles really I'm almost getting angry at you, because there's really nothing to laugh at. Listen to this bloviating ignoramus. I'm wondering here whether somebody asked where he got his PhD. I'm not going to ask that person. I'm going to ask him where he got his high school diploma. I don't know where he got it from, because his English is not reflective of that. What I spoke in Form 5 when I graduated, it's a little bit better than what he's speaking there. So I'm going to ask him this question. By the way, I am Ephraim. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself. It's just so annoying to listen to this man. And I'm calling from San Antonio. Okay. I am an Ambazonian, and I will never cease to be an Ambazonian. And I will never be a Cameroonian. Nkongho's success, whatever he calls himself, needs to be. I mean, need to run him out of that show. Let him go to La Republic. And I'll ask him, does he want Ambazonians to believe what they saw with their eyes in a video, or believe his deniers? He has been La Republic, a country of liars, a country of traitors who stab the backs of their grandmothers and their children, destroy their future. The likes of John Ngute, Musonge, Ataranji, so he has joined them. But you know what I'll tell him? When he will need to meet us, he will meet us in Boya. We shall get to Boya. It's either today or tomorrow or next day. But it's a fact, we shall get to Boya. Without the clowns, this idiot. I call him an idiot.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's leave it there. I think he got your point. Dr. Success, if I may ask, why are you very evasive of your own school? I mean, if you are proud of your education, why are you very evasive when people ask? Because in a show, in another show, you were asked, in another show, you were asked which school, which university you gave your doctorate. You avoided the question.
Mr. Chris.
I hear you. Go on.
Listen, Ambazonians are too small in their mind. What I have in my brain is bigger than that trash you call Ambazonia. I was trained to solve problems. I was not trained to speak grammar. And by the way, English is not my language. It's a colonial language. I was trained to solve problems, to answer questions.
That is not a question. That is not an issue. They are asking to know which university did you obtain your doctorate.
Let me talk, Mr. Chris. Why is it that when I go to other television channels, I have the freedom to speak? But when I come to Ambazonian channels, they will always block me when I want to talk. They want me to say what they want to hear. Is that the kind of country you are trying to build?
Very evasive to the question. Something as simple as which university did you obtain your doctorate?
And I will continue to
say it.
Ambazonians claim that they know me. Ambazonians claim that they know everything. They should be able to reveal everything about me. If I did not reveal my village last year, my birthday, you will not know.
Listen.
If I didn't reveal the name of my village last year, my birthday, you will not know. I will not come and answer personal questions here. If you want us to talk about me and you will talk about me and you, I have personal questions to ask you. You want me to come to your personal life? Do you want us to do that? I can start it now. You want us to go to personal issues?
I'm the only one who asks questions here, not my guest. Let's get to the next caller.
Correct. Then
let's get to the next caller.
I am not obliged to answer your questions.
Hello, Secretary Chris. I'm calling from Germany. My name is Chris.
Your name is Chris, calling from Germany. Okay, and what is in your mind, sir?
My question goes to Nkongho, Dr. Success Nkongho. If he's the La Republic authority, after betraying his people, his Ambazonian people, betraying, then changing camp and going to La Republic, if he's in the position of La Republic authority, will he force such a person like himself, who betrayed his own people? He's expecting La Republic people to trust him. That's my first question. And the second question here is that can it not be considered that all the blackmail against his prime minister, Dr. John Ngute, is it not because the way he was expecting money to flow in from this scam he was expecting to put as far as this struggle is concerned, he's blackmailing the man now because the expectation, he's not meeting up to his expectation that he will be at the forefront of stopping the war, at the forefront of getting fighter and so forth and so on. But money is not coming in again. That is why he's frustrated now with all the write-up against his prime minister. And my last question is, when he looks at himself in the mirror, in the eyes, is he not really ashamed? Is he not ashamed of what he's doing to himself his family, and Ambazonian, and even his so-called La Republic people? Is he not ashamed?
All right.
That's my question.
Thank you. Thank you. I think he has touched on your last question, but the first one, I would like him to attempt an answer. Dr. Success, do you really think that
I will start with the last question.
Do you really think Francophones, the one you call your fellow citizens, take you seriously?
My brother, you have the answer. If they don't take me seriously,
if I had the answer, I wouldn't be asking you.
Mr. Chris, they have asked me a question. You don't want me to answer the question. You want to answer for me by asking me another question, but I will still answer. First of all, I am very proud of myself.
No,
my family is very proud of me. My wife and children are very proud of me.
The question is whether the people you are working for, the Francophones, whether you think they really take you as a serious person. Don't you think they take you for a business guy, a contractor?
My brother, if they did not take me as a serious person, they will not give me a heavy mission to execute that even their ministers are not aware of those missions. All right? You are the ones who are trying to assassinate and some of their Francophone bloggers copy it and paste. They are not against me. Okay. You are the ones fighting me, you Ambazonians.
All right. Let's get to the next. Let's go to the next caller. I like us to get more from the callers. Hello,
my brother.
Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
Hello, Secretary Chris.
I can hear you. Where are you calling from? Hello. I think that's a bad connection there. All right, we will skip that call and go to the next one. And let's see who is calling from Maryland. Hello.
Hello. Yes. Yes, I want to greet everybody in the studio, especially Mr. Nkongho, who is here. Can you hear me?
515. Go on, sir.
Yeah. I want to appreciate Mr. Nkongho for coming, and I thank you for that courage, my brother. But I want to go straight on this point, Mr. Nkongho. You said you did not ask the boys to pick up arms. When you come in front of the camera and you destroying a passport, what image are you telling the young people, the young Ambazonians that were watching you? What were you telling them? Because if you are telling me that you didn't ask the boys to carry arms, you came out here to declare, to prove to the young guys who are now in the bushes, telling them that La Republic is not a place to go. And today, you are telling us that you do not ask these boys to carry on arms. Are we actually talking sense here? Because I don't know if La Republic actually reasons, because to see those people that actually destroy that country, La Republic, they will arrest you first, because you are the people in La Republic that the Republic is using their money, spending their money, try to say that they want to, they are paying people to bring peace in their own country, on which you are there playing games. You brought your passport to deceive Ambazonians. Ask them to pick up arms, because it is from you that they say either no. If you as a leader can deny La Republic, then let them follow you behind and pick up arms and see that you start to face them and you back them. But in the middle of your journey, you abandon them. And today you're standing in front of the TV to tell us that you did not ask.
It's a total disgrace.
I'm telling you,
Total disgrace.
Government, as I talk to you right now, you will be sent to jail. Because you have thousands of Amazonians in the bushes that you instigate them
It's a total disgrace. I regret.
All right, okay. I think you get your point. Let's give an opportunity to answer so others can call. Dr. Success.
Autre pays que vous appelez le Cameroun là.
Can you stop the video so that I can talk?
Cameroun là, c'est un total.
The video is talking. I cannot be talking when there's a video talking there.
All right, go on.
Mr. Chris.
Yes.
When a man is so much in love with a woman and the woman leaves him to marry another person, that's how the man agitates. Your agitation shows that you were so much in love with me and you are feeling so bad that I left you. Instead of trying to paint me black before the new person I am with, come and apologize to me. I will understand you better. Did you get me, Mr. Chris? If you claim that I tore a passport, is it your passport? How can you be angry over Cameroon passport and you say you are not a Cameroonian?
Listen.
Focus on your own thing, and you are wishing that Cameroon should arrest me or kill me. And Cameroon cannot do that, and that is why you are very, very angry, Mr. Chris.
To adults. You are speaking to adults. You don't answer that question as if you are talking.
You guys so much miss
infants here. The
Mr. Chris, you miss me so much. All of you miss me so much.
What
and
message
I know that.
did you want the people to believe? After you tear your Cameroon citizenship, you denounce Cameroon, and then suddenly,
Mr.
I think this is the whole point. I think this is the whole point. No, this is the whole point. This is the whole point. I think Ambazonians sitting on ground zero and watching you on this television set really now know who you are. Next time they find you on Equinox, CRTV, prime time, do you think they really gonna believe you for what you say? No. It's
Mr.
not a
Chris,
nothing matter.
Mr. Chris, if they don't believe me, then I will not be able to gather 260 fighters in one place in less than 1 week.
All right, you are not going to answer the question as I guess. Let's get to the next caller here. Hello.
And fighters in less than 3 days.
Let's get to the next caller. Hello. Please turn down the volume of your television and focus on the phone.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Hello, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Cyprus.
Cyprus, okay. And what is your point, sir?
Yeah, I'm following your show, and I'm hearing what Dr. Success is putting forth to the Ambazonian. And I'm very happy for Success to appear before Ambazonian with all what he's putting on. It's an opportunity for us, the Ambazonian, to look for Success.
I ever had a document that bore Cameroon in it.
When they arrested,
I'd rather be a stateless human being all my life.
That he was one of the.
I'd rather be a stateless human being all my life.
Sisiku and the rest should be arrested. Let Dr. Success tell us, the Ambazonian, that if his hand
that country is a disgrace
of Sisiku and the Naira 10.
All right.
Because from the argument and from the evidence of what Success Nkongho is showing, shows that Success Nkongho has a hand in the arrest of Sisiku and the Naira 10. So let him look.
All right, I think you've made the point. Let him attempt an answer. Thank you for the call, so others can call.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Chris.
So he is asking whether you had a hand in the abduction of Sisiku.
Mr. Chris, I want you to know the person who have a hand in the abduction of Sisiku. Listen to this now.
Okay. Go on, Dr. Success. I'm listening. Hold on, please. Hold the line. Dr. Success, go on.
This is Colonel Banqui confirming that you, Mr. Chris, are the one that have a hand in the abduction of Sisiku. Did you hear it? Was I there?
Take that again.
Oh, you want me to play it again?
I was distracted here.
Yes, Colonel Banqui of the Secret Service in Cameroon, confirming that you are the one that have a hand in the abduction of Sisiku and Co. I want you to listen.
No, you don't come to my show and you play an audio. I am the only host here. I am the only host here to play audios and to ask questions. You are muted, so that didn't even go out. You are muted. But see, Success Nkongho, we are very serious here. We are very serious here, and I believe you are listening to those who are calling. They know who you are and they know what you are capable of doing, and it is shameful that you come here and you take it for a joke. But we did this so that Ground Zero know exactly the kind of person who you are. When they see you on those television sets, they exactly know. I think they will turn you off. That's the reason you are here. But let me get to the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from the Meme County in Amazonia.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to first of all congratulate you for making us feel part of this struggle and making us have hope. We thank you very much for what you are doing for us.
Thank you.
This is my observation. Please, we are begging you on bended knees. Stop bringing clowns to come and disturb us and derail us. That fellow is even worse than Dr. Florentine, who came here last time and was coughing around. Now, these are my questions.
You are calling from Ground Zero, Kumba, right?
Ground Zero, Meme County, yeah.
No, when you see him on CRTV, Equinox Television, Prime Time, what are you thinking?
Well, he's a joke as well. Nothing changes from what he's saying today, Chris. It's a joke as usual.
All right.
Let me go straight to the question, please.
Go on.
You see, Chris, this fellow is a disgrace to the people who come from my county. I don't believe that he is a Manuelite. I'm sure he comes from those.
Well, your network, sir, is a problem. Your network is a problem, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get to the next caller. Somebody here was trying to call here. Let me see. All right. We can only take calls on one line here. We can only take calls on one line here, please. We can only take calls on one line here. So if you can't get through with this line, unfortunately, I can't take your call. Hello, sir.
Yes, Secretary Chris, this is Dr. Nick Santos speaking.
Good to hear your voice, sir. What is your contribution?
Yes, I have listened, and I'm glad for you bringing on board.
Do me a favor. I don't know whether it is you are using a headset or an external mic, but there is a lot of noise with your microphone. If you can adjust it, that would be great. Hello. Hello.
Is it better now?
It's a little bit better. All right, go on, please. Go on.
Is it better now?
It is better. Go on, please.
I want to appreciate, first of all, the fact that you brought Success Nkongho on board today.
show by indicating that as time goes,
well, Dr. Nick Santos, unfortunately, your line is not really good, unfortunately. Dr. Success, unfortunately, we have exhausted our time. I thank you for coming up to be part of the broadcast. I look forward to being able to invite you back when the need be. Thank you, sir. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in and glowing on your set, listening and watching. It's been a long one. Before I go, I'd like to remind all of you on ground zero of the lockdown. Lockdown coming up May the 16th through May 20th. May the 16th through May 20th. Ambazonia Restoration Forces are taking care of that lockdown. We urge you, every one of you, please do your shopping, make the preparations. You need medication at home, you need water at home, you need drinks at home, whatever you need to stock, please do it now, between now and Monday the 16th. After that through to the 20th, there will be no businesses open. The only thing open shall be hospitals, pharmacies, and so on. So please, this is a reminder of the lockdown coming up. We must, this is the time that we prove to La République du Cameroon we are serious when we say we are going our way, reverting to our independence, our statehood as existed before 1961. That is what we want to prove to them. And that is a message we want also to send to the international community, so they can know we are serious. Just imagine the international community sees us in Bamenda, in Boya, in Kumba, in Manfe, carrying out a march past, and they ask, what occasion is it? They said 20th May. When Cameroon died away with the federal state. And we and Ambazonians, those are Ambazonians celebrating. Just you think that they will take us seriously? The international community will take our case seriously? Of course not. Of course not. Our actions between Monday the 16th through Friday the 20th will send a very strong message to the international community that yes, we mean business. We mean business. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I look forward to coming back to you, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday with another stunning broadcast that will be very, very revealing, exclusive revelations. And I don't mean Success in Congo or another person looking like him. I mean breaking information. All right. God bless you all. You have a great weekend. And please, to all the mothers out there, I say to you, Happy Mother's Day. Remain strong, especially if you are on ground zero. Remain strong. Hold your children and hug them and bless them. And if you are by your mom, hold your mom and hug them and bless them and thank God for them. And the Bible says He will give you a long life. God will give you a long life when you honor your parents. God bless. Good night.
Yetumbae Osalererte Fulcro Nasala yoninye Fazela ngai Na tefelo koninye Epaina yo Amana bomela yo nanye Na familia yo Tato yo Yo motema mabe Voisina ngai Motema mabe Ye como Kristo Aloki mwana bato Eyenga nyonso Nanda kwa Nzambe lelo yo bakangi endoki na karte alemo na bato tato yo simetele basala mpona biso nyonso l'hôpital ezali mpona biso nyonso anga olukelanga makambo mpona nini tato yo motema mabe luka vi na yo tikanga ye voisin motema mabe boye nibo matalela ngai voisin oyo mosala kofunda ngai tina mosala papa balongola ngai na mosala
lokoto etiti esukaka se na nkombo
mawa
mabele oyo tonyataka ezali mponanga na yo te zambe soki fele ezalaka zikisanga moto ya liboso mawa banda sepela nzombo faustino azingi na ntango ekala tozalaki kokota bakisi lelo ekoma moto nyonso bible na maboko yaka yesu soki suka ya molongo yebisanga na milengele ipare nakomi mobange ngai mokristo na yo
yo motema mabe olio de bebi na yo kaka kofunda bato mosala kolangwa na ntongo bamonaka yo sambelaka nzoka motema na yo etonda mabe voisin luka vi na yo tika lokuta tika kolanda vi ya bato voisin na ngai yo motema mabe amabika landa ye
lokundo etiti esukaka se na nkombo mabele oyo tonyataka ezali mponanga na yo te zambe soki fele ezalaka zikisanga moto ya liboso mawa banda sepela nzombo faustino aziki na ntango ya kala tozalaki kokota bakisi lelo ekoma moto nyonso bible na maboko yaka yesu soki suka ya molongo yebisaka na milengele ipare nakomi mobange ngai mokristo na yo
mwana nzambe bafuila nkende mwana nzambe amame bakidikimpa amame bakidije amame bakidikimpa amame mama amame mama amame bakidikimpa ebaparise bana voitwe jeje kalonda yenise petro ndombo postino mwana parie amama bakidikimpa emama bakidije emekedoso daliki moko gitare ezangali kwanza Kofi Jean-Claude Nadede Bana Braza Nakuka Bissel. Ce sont des vrais Congolais. Oh, du domaine, la carte est vraie. Claude Mouyeye.
Ingénieur Tumba Kinkela.